Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? This is your boy AC, and we're back with another special live edition of LA Sports Live. We don't get too many of these too often, but we're going to get back in the swing of things. Um, Special live stream edition of LA Sports Live. You guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. We're going to do a quick preseason, Lakers preseason update. Talk about the regular season just a little bit, man. I got about 30 minutes free time, so I decided to jump on real quick. Uh, I am at my 9 to 5, so I could be called away at any time. So let's get through this as quickly as possible. Um, so far, so good, right? What's up to everybody in the chat? We got LOE in the chat. We got Reg Dog in the chat. Who else up is it? Who else is in there? JJC Boom. Salute to everybody in the chat. Um, so far, so good. Um, a lot of you guys, including myself, man, we're OG Laker fans. Uh, we're used to you know, the Lakers doing well in our winning ways, and we've had to endure some rough patches. But we knew after the off season that Rob Pelinka had, um, when he was putting his team together, things looked good on paper. I repeat, after the off season that Rob Pelinka had, um, we resigned AD. We gave AD an extension, um, and then we were able to keep most of our younger players. Well, all of them. Matter of fact, we were able to keep and extend all of our younger players that were eligible for extension. We're talking about D'Lo. We're talking about Austin. We're talking about Rui. We're talking about Vando. Um, Things came together. So, like I was saying earlier, um, once the team, once all the signings and stuff were complete, along with the additions that Rob made, everything looked good on paper. So now here we are, what, 5 games in, and that's another thing. Why the hell, why the hell Lakers got all these damn preseason games? I mean, we know why, because the Lakers and everybody wants to see the Lakers, and all the other teams only got about 3 or 4. Anyway, so we're almost done with preseason. The Lakers, they took the L last night to Milwaukee, um, but they're still 2-3 in the preseason. We know preseason, is not really a big of a deal. Um, there's a big difference between last year and last season and this season preseason. We know last season, I don't think we won any preseason games, but that's a totally different situation than what we got going on here. I'd be damn. You know, we know a good team when we see one, and to be frank with you, this team is loaded. So I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care if they didn't win one single preseason game because this team is loaded. And the stats, we're not going to dig too deep into it, but the stats, um, for the few minutes that all of the projected stars have been on um, the floor, are ridiculous. And to me, that's all that matters. I mean, even the game last night versus the Bucks, that game could have been easily won by the Lakers, but it is basically Darvin turned it over to the second and third units, predominantly the third unit in the second half. So that's why that game was lost. They had a little chance to come back in that game, but anyway, uh, it doesn't even matter anymore. LOE says so stress free that I didn't even have to watch them. I saw everything I need to see in the first two, Reg, and that's it, bro. That's it, man. The first preseason game, is like, oh, okay, well, we had no LeBron, we had no Austin, and stuff was kind of rough. That's the first game, but to be honest with you, to be frank with you, let's see the second preseason game with Austin and LeBron came back. That made all the difference, and I believe they played in the fourth game, and the starters were just dominant. The starters were just dominant, and I don't think they'll have a problem offensively. I think defense is where it's going to take them a little bit time, to get their stuff together, and well, that's okay. Well, we can live with that. Reg Dog said, "Yeah, LOE, yes, sir. Only problem is finding minutes for role players." Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't know if I'll address that too much on this video, but yeah, man, it's you know everybody says that's a good problem to have. The Lakers' extreme depth, but you know we'll see. We'll see. We've already had a couple little things, injuries, but nothing major. Cam Reddish missed some time, and Vandal is out. We'll talk about that in a minute, but for the most part, we're good. And Darvin chooses to look at this as a plus, so I'll just go with the company line. But it may become an issue later on down the line, and if we need to make some changes, then they'll have to make some changes. Hold on a second guy there. Okay, sorry about that. Um, yeah, so far so good, man. Everything's looking good. So we got a few things we want to talk about, and we'll get out of here. Like I said, Lakers next preseason game is on Thursday. That'll be the last preseason game out of six. The Lakers' record is 2-3. One of the things I looked at, I've only watched maybe out of 5 games. I probably watched about 6 quarters combined, because shit, it's busy. But one thing I noticed out of the 5 preseason games, the stars are not playing that many minutes. But one thing I noticed is Anthony Davis was, of course, the leading scorer in 2 of the 5, which is good, on point. And then for the other 3, we got Rui was the leading scorer in one, D'Lo leading scorer in another one, and TP Torian Prince was the leading scorer in the other one. And this is how we kind of I mean, we know it's not a regular season game, but looking at the blueprint that Rob Pelinka has put together, this is kind of what we suspected, and what we expected to happen. This team is very deep, very loaded, um, and I know the guys who followed the team and we've been watching the interviews and the games and stuff, and we've even heard the players say, "Look, it could be a different person every night." And if you just look at the 5 preseason games, that's evidence to that fact. Just to repeat, AD leading scorer in 2 of the 5. Then you had Rui for 1, D'Lo, who's been along with Anthony Davis, but I would say maybe D'Lo has been the most impressive bright spot of the preseason, because D'Lo didn't like being benched in the WCF. He didn't like it, and he said as much. And he says he's not going to give the coaching staff an excuse to do that crap again. And we're seeing him make it a very concerted effort on defense now. And Pearson, he's perfect. I mean, he could always shoot, but he's been shooting lights out in preseason, and it's going to be a long season for these other teams in the Pacific Division if D'Lo continues to play this well. Let's see. Yeah, D'Lo has been very, very. He's playing with purpose, bro. He's playing with he's playing with purpose, and it's like chip on the shoulder, and that's good for a player like D'Lo. That's good. That's good. That's good for him to play man, to play. He's a veteran, but still to be playing like he has something to prove, and I think it's going to do nothing but pay dividends for the Lakers, man, because he's the X factor. My buddy Big C said, man, the Lakers. We had an argument I said, man, who is the Lakers' third best player? I said D'Angelo Russell. My partners, they're saying Austin Reeves. And I'm still going to say it's D'Lo. But my partner, Big C, said, look, D'Lo, he's the X factor. And uh, yeah, I will agree. D'Lo's definitely a dog, and D'Lo is definitely an X factor. And the stats and the numbers are they're going to prove that out. Once the season starts and the games, we log about 5 to 10 games. And as a matter of fact, we already had a data from last season when D'Lo scores 15 to 17 points, something like that. The Lakers they just couldn't be beat. And yeah, Rich, though, we're gonna talk about TP in a minute. And so that's why I'll agree with my buddy Big C. D'Lo is the X factor. If you ask me, he's a third best player. But if some people want to say Austin Reeves or whatever, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Let me get to the well, y'all talking about D'Lo and TP, so let me skip that, and we'll go straight to the fifth starter now. With Vando out, we all know Vando's missed the last few games with the what they say heel soreness. So now they suspect expect Vando may not be ready to start the regular season, but that's okay. We got plenty of depth in the front court. So that's where we'll go with the conversation about the fifth starter. Uh, um, I told you guys 10 days ago, man, according to my sources, and I think this was either on the second or third day of camp, that everybody was thinking that TP Torian Prince was going to be the fifth starter, and now nothing. I mean, the coaching staff has said they know who the fifth starter will be, and but they haven't revealed it yet. But everybody that's been down there at the Lakers training facility has said, and the people I've talked to have been down there said that it's going to be TP, and we kind of see that played out in the second, third, and fourth, I believe, and even the fifth playoff preseason game. TP, he fits right in, man. Now look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some kind of, like I studied TP a lot. When we picked him up, I just went to YouTube and I looked at a lot of the videos, some of his highlights, and I was really excited about the pickup of TP because they got him at a bargain price, and it was an excellent move by Rob Pelinka. And I firmly believe if we would have had, let's say, if we would have had TP last season, and you take out Troy Brown Jr., the Lakers would have made it to the finals because TP was the kind of player that the Lakers needed. They just needed somebody to bail them out. They needed somebody to bail out LeBron and AD. They're not hitting shots, and we're in a situation where D'Lo wasn't hitting shots in the WCF. If we would have had a player like TP to take some of that pressure off, we would have went to the finals. But anyway, great, awesome pickup by the Lakers, Torian Prince. Now I did notice he get lost just a tiny bit on defense, but that's okay. We'll shore that up. But the way it's looking now, Torian Prince is going to be the fifth starter, and to me, it's not that big of a deal. Uh, a lot of these guys are going to get time. They got to pick one to start. It's not that big of a deal. There'll be plenty of minutes for everybody, Vando, Rui, and Christian Wood. It'll be time for everybody. So, yeah, that's the thing, man. The guy is a veteran, bro. He's been around longer than most of our younger core, and to me, this is the one guy who I think is going to come to the Lakers who's a veteran, and I don't think we're going to see this dude freeze up under pressure. I don't think we're going to see him, get bothered by the bright lights. I think TP is just a professional. His game fits in well with the other four starters, and I think it's going to be seamless. And I don't think we're going to see the issue like, and no disrespect to some of the other guys who come before him, but I just don't think we're going to see the same issues with this guy, TP, like we saw with last year and Like we saw a lot of people criticize Danny Green, stuff like that. A lot of guys who were shooters who just didn't produce in certain ways when it came to the Lakers. For whatever reason, man, I just don't feel like we're gonna have that issue with TP. So um, that's good news for the Lakers. And once again, another excellent pickup for Rob Pelinka. And we'll see how it goes. Like I said, so far when the starters were in there, the offense is excellent. We might need a little bit of work on the defense. We'll see how that is. I did take a peek. Man, Reg Dog, you're right, bro. I just don't think it's not gonna go down with TP like it did with Beasley. We saw Beasley last night with the Bucks, but TP, I just don't think it's gonna go down that way like it did with Beasley Matthews. Or if you want to go back way back, you want to go to Reggie Bullock. You want to talk about Danny Green. You want to talk about all these guys that the Lakers brought in here to hit some damn threes. They just couldn't do it, man. TP, he don't give a damn. He'll pull that trigger in a minute with confidence and make them. And I think I have to go back and look at the stats. But I think he's shooting around 40% from threes, man. And that's all the Lakers need is a guy to come in there and do the job and to be fearless, not to be afraid of the moment, and just get the fucking job done, man. Shit, salute the Lakers in 5. So we talked about the preseason. We talked about the fifth starter. I think it's going to be TP. If it's anything different, I'd be very surprised. Um, the Lakers' final preseason game, I believe, is Thursday at Palm Springs. According to Darvin, everybody who is healthy will play. I'm pretty sure we'll see everybody Thursday with the exception of Vando. We'll see, man. Now, Thursday is the game. Friday. So let's wait till about Friday to get an update on Vando to see the extent of his injury and see. Hopefully hopefully the heel injury is not that bad and he doesn't miss a lot of time, because Vando is expected to be a very intricate part of the Laker rotation, and we don't want him. Even though the Lakers are deep, Vando is going to be an important part of the rotation, so we don't want him to miss too much time. We'll have it covered, but we know Vando is our defensive specialist, and when you look at the schedule, we're going to need Vando against Denver and Phoenix and who else? Some of these Clippers. We're going to need him in these first 10 games. So hopefully Vando doesn't miss too much time. So one more thing before I go, let's talk about the regular season. Now, the regular season is almost here, and the Lakers do kind of have a tough schedule. Let's just focus on these first 10 games. They do kind of have a tough schedule, man. The Western Conference is going to be a dogfight. The Pacific Division is going to be a dogfight, and the Lakers. It's important for the Lakers to come out the box swinging in this regular season. So we start off. We'll just go over the first 10 games, and then see how things go. But the first 10 games, of course, we know the Lakers start off in Denver. Start off in Denver. That's a hell of a game, a hell of a way to start off the regular season. That game will be on national TV. And I forgot what day of the week it is, guys, but that game in Denver is going to start early. So if you guys are out here on the West Coast, that game starts at 4:30. So you guys make sure that you get home early. I don't even know what day that is, but I know that first game is in Denver, is on national TV, and the Lakers are the first game. So it will be at 4:30 Pacific time. So y'all make sure y'all make sure. What's up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? Y'all make sure y'all get home early on the first season of the game, because it will be early. Okay, so that's Tuesday. So y'all make sure y'all get home early. 4:30. So that's an early start. So anyway, first season of the game in Denver, I'm gonna give the Lakers an L. If we win it, great. But uh, I'm just looking at the whole thing. Um, Denver, did they get their rings yet? LOE, did Denver get their rings yet? Did they get their World Championship rings? So let's just say if Denver didn't get their championship rings, that first game of the season, they will probably be ring night. So maybe the Lakers can play spoiler on their first game of the season and ring night and beat Denver. But I'm gonna just say that first game of the season is a loss, so Lakers start off 0-1. Game number two. That first game of the season is Tuesday in Denver, right? So that's what I was thinking. Uh, it would be ring night, but whatever the case, I'm gonna give the Lakers an L. First game of the season versus Denver, but hold on, don't trip. It gets better. Game number two against Phoenix at home. I'm gonna predict that the Lakers get a victory. I'm gonna predict the Lakers get a victory, Daniel Berry, because we're playing at home, and like I said, I did peep in at Phoenix, and Phoenix is good, bro. Phoenix is good. They're scoring a lot of points. All right, they're scoring. They're going when those starters in there. They're going to score a lot of points. But I think it's just going to be a high scoring game, and I'm hoping the Lakers can just outscore them in that second game. And I'm gonna give the Lakers a win. So the Lakers start off 1-1. The next game is that shit. Is that Sacramento? I wrote it. I can't remember. But anyway, Sacramento. I'm gonna give them a W. Next game against Orlando, I'm gonna give them a W. So the Lakers start the season 3-1. Next game versus the Clippers, and that will be the fifth game of the season. I'm gonna give the Lakers another. I'm gonna give the Lakers another W. Right? I'm gonna give the Lakers another W. So the first five games of the season, it's gonna be 4-1. Um, Moving on to the next game, we play Orlando again. So that damn, we'll be done with Orlando. We won't see them again. Should damn near after the first week and a half of the season. We got both games within the first 10 days. Wow, interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right there, the Lakers would be 5-1. The next game versus Miami, um, I'm gonna give them another. I'm gonna give them another win. We're gonna beat everybody. 5, 6, 7. Um, so that's 6-1. 6-1 the first seven, and then the next game, Houston. That's another victory. That's 8-1. Um, then yeah, I know it's in Miami, but we're gonna beat everybody. And then we face again against Phoenix. The second game is going to be a loss. And then we finish up against Portland in the first 10. So I'm going to give the Lakers either 8-2 and 7-3. 8-2 or 7-3 in the first 10 games of the season. And if the Lakers can start, I know that's kind of wishful thinking, but if the Lakers can start off 8-2 or either 7-3 in that first 10, uh, the team will be off to a roaring start, barring any major injuries. We're going to be off and running, and then nobody going to catch us. Of course, finishing with the best record is not important, but I'm just saying, man, we don't know what the cap can be on this team. We kind of feel like the team is going to be pretty good, but you never know. It could be better. It could be just as good as some people think. We could end up maybe fifth or fourth or fifth or whatever, but we don't really know quite what the ceiling for this team is going to be. And I think after the first 10 games, we should know, right? At least I believe after the first 10 games, we should know. So that's that on that. So that's pretty much it, man. We got the preseason covered. We got the first 10 games. The regular season, yeah, man, that shit was a disaster last season, bro. That was, that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare last season. So we got the preseason covered. We got the first 10 games of the regular season covered. I might have to go back to schedule more in depth and see which games I can actually be able to watch because my schedule is crazy right now. We know it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, so it's not the Lakers start off 0-1 or 0-2 or something stupid like that, guys. Don't. It ain't gonna be a repeat of last year. Yeah, Daniel Berry. That was. You know what, man? What I got to say about Westbrook, man. It just didn't work, bro. It just didn't work, and it doesn't. Russell Westbrook has a hell of a resume. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but by the time he got to the Lakers, it just didn't work. So I'm not going to disrespect the man. It just didn't work with the Lakers. Good luck to him in the future with the Clippers, except when they play with the Lakers. But it just didn't work, man. I don't know who was the salute, Micah. I don't know who made the final decision or whose idea was to bring Russell here in the first place. But as far as I'm concerned, it's water under the bridge. The Lakers were able to flip. I repeat, the Lakers were able to flip Westbrook, and the players they got in return, um, D'Lo and now Vandal. They're two tremendous parts of the Lakers' future and two tremendous parts of the Lakers' current rotation. So, all in all, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It was just the wrong time for Russ to join the Lakers. It just didn't work. Um, so anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got, man. We had 29:18. I said I had 30 minutes, so I just wanted to jump on, say what's up to you guys, let you know I was still here, man. We're still pumped. We're still ready for some Lakers back to basketball. Um, let's see. We turned none into man. That's Rob Palinka, Res Dog. That's Rob Palinka, man. Um, that's another bright spot for the Lakers this season. You know, it's gonna be a long season, man. So I know I was talking about early how might be an issue with all these guys, and it might very well be. But this team is so deep, man. This team is so deep that I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And then when we see and we hear the reports how Rui was pretty much following LeBron around all off season training with LeBron, and you hear the reports that everywhere LeBron went, Rui was in tow. I mean, man, look, bro. That's the kind of mindset some of these guys got to have, and quite frankly, was probably missing with some of these other guys that were on the team. I ain't gonna mention no names, but I'm glad and I'm thankful Rui's on the team. Finally, a guy that finally gets it. Rui said, "I don't give a damn if you go to Japan, LeBron. I'm gonna follow your ass." So, because look, he knows LeBron's time is limited, and so that's a man that was smart enough to pick up on that, and I'm sure he's learned a lot from LeBron, and I think we're going to see the rewards of that coming this season, man. So salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Res Dog, my main man LOE, Micah Alexander's up in the joint. Everybody else tuning in. Everybody else will tune in later, man. Lakers in 5 DJ. My man DJ came through. Thanks, guys, for supporting the channel. We're still here, man. We're just busy over here, running the rat race, work and stuff, and kids and all that stuff. Uh, yeah, AD has been an absolute look. AD's, hey man, it is what it is, man. Some people just they march to the beat of their own drum, and I don't know what it's like to be Anthony Davis. I mean, excuse me, I don't know what it's like to be LeBron James, um, teammate. Uh, I imagine it maybe can't be the easiest thing to do, and not everybody Not everybody who's a professional athlete loves the game. I mean, like loves the game, and not everybody who's a professional athlete is willing to sacrifice everything. So, and as human beings, I guess we can't expect everybody to be that way. But I'll just say this: I'm glad we got at least two people, like Bron and Rui, who want to sacrifice this off season and put in the work, and I think it's gonna pay dividends, big dividends for the Lakers this coming season. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Once again, salute to everybody in the chat. We'll be back. Let's see, today's Monday, so we'll be back later in the week because I'm pretty sure we'll get an announcement. Well, I have the final preseason game on Thursday, and then maybe we'll get an announcement as far as the last roster spot. Maybe we'll get an announcement by the weekend, the final roster spot, if indeed they plan to fill it. If you were to ask me maybe a month ago, I was going to say that they were going to sign this kid Castleton, but just by what I've seen in the preseason, if they're going to sign a 15 guy, I think it probably deserves to be Hodge, even though the position, everything's log jam in front of him. But it just appears to me that maybe he's the guy out of all those kids who is ready to play right now in the NBA. The Lakers don't really need either one of them to play, but if indeed they do decide to sign a 15 guy, my personal opinion, I think it deserves to be Hodge deserves to get that last spot if they decide to do that. The Lakers may not decide to do that. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I got a jam. Um, Great talking with you guys. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. And like I always say, I will rap with you guys later. Somebody hit that.